Hey everybody, Dirili here. As usual, remember this is my second and unedited channel where I will be making lots of mistakes, and just like the one I did just now. And if you want to hear better readings, you should listen to my main channel, which will be linked in the description below. This is the channel where I read stuff for just me and my sister. And right now we're on Destiny's Princess with Yukimura on Chapter 3, Deepest Wound.
Today's the day we eradicate those demons for good.
How can you say that? You don't even know where they're coming from. That's how Yukimura spoke, bright and confident as he set out. And yet... Yukimura! Though I cried his name, Yukimura carried on through the door. What? Moved not a single muscle. That doesn't make any sense. Still in my socks, I flew out into the inner courtyard after him. Yukimura! Yukimura! As I clung to Yukimura, Masamune gently lifted me up.
Calm down. He'll be fine.
But he looks...
He's been severely injured, but his life is not in danger.
Oh. He was still alive. Upon hearing that, the tension finally left my shoulders. What happened to him?
Well...
In place of the reluctant Masamune, another voice chimed in to answer.
Yukimura went off by himself to save a soldier who was isolated from the troop by the demons.
Huh? Since when had he been standing there? From between of the men? I guess between the men carrying Yukimura, Kotaro slipped out like a shadow. Yeah, it doesn't help my stuttering when they mess up with the type.
Kotaro.
Kotaro snorted at Masamune's reproachful tone.
It's nothing that needs to be concealed. Although, I suppose it may have been somewhat of a foolish action.
Kotaro grinned as he spoke. Listen quietly.
Oh, does the princess not intend to scold me?
Scold you? Why?
As one of the low status, I thought I may be rebuked for speaking accusations of our young lord.
Well, the truth is the truth. I shook my head. I'm not going to do that. You're right, it was foolish of him. A general needed to be prepared to kill or abandon one of his soldiers. Even I understood that much. But, you know, I like that part of him, of Yukimura. I looked firmly at Kotaro as I spoke. Kotaro met my gaze head-on, and with what I imagined to be a pleased smile.
What a coincidence. I feel the same way.
Anyway, Masamune, bring Yukimura inside and see that he gets tended to.
Sure.
I thought I saw one of Yukimura's eyebrows move. But whether he was unconscious or asleep, he did not open his eyes. I'm coming in. Yes, princess. It was evening. When I walked in, the maid caring for Yukimura and the vassals all bowed. You must be tired. I'll take over from here. You may be dismissed. Everyone? I'm going to take over everyone's duties? Certainly not. Please, rest yourself, princess. It's okay. I know you must be tired from your work all day. Let me tend to him at night. But... So many have died. The castle is short-staffed everywhere. I don't like being the only one without work, so please. Princess. Thank you. I will accept your kind offer. The maidservant bowed once more, and then left the room. The rest of you can rest as well. You must be weary from your daily battles. When I spoke to the attending vassals, they all shook their heads no. Come on, he's sleeping. It's nighttime.
We don't know when the demons might attack. Sir Yukimura is in our charge. We must be here to protect him from danger at all costs.
In no time at all, Yukimura had earned their love and respect of the vassals. I see. Thank you. I felt relieved as I gave them my thanks. I was glad to see that the men I'd brought into this world were so adored. Even knowing I was still deceiving them, my conscience, I think they meant conscience, felt slightly more at ease. Yukimura slept with a furrowed brow. He must be feverish. There were beads of sweat on his forehead and chest. I'm going to change his clothes. Please help me if you would. Asking for assistance from the vassal, still in the room, I removed his sweat-stained clothes. They were heavy with moisture, so drenched I thought they might drip. He's got a fever.
He was given a medical herb to drink earlier, so the fever should be decreasing by morning.
Good. We have to wipe him off. Could you bring some warm water?
Of course.
Leaving one man still on guard, the vassal left the room. I gently placed my hand on Yukimura's forehead. This is really one terrible fever. Aww. Lying on top of the blanket, Yukimura heaved out ragged breaths. His broad chest rose with every breath. The sweat on his skin glistened in the lamplight. When did he grow so strong? As children, we'd sometimes taken baths together. Back then, our bodies had hardly differed. Well, it's not even your brother, so it's no wonder he's different. But now, the body of the man lying before me was the powerful body of a commander general. He was more like a complete stranger than my twin brother. I've got to stop this. Realizing the crazy thoughts I was thinking, a bitter smile came to my lips. It only felt like he was my brother. He wasn't. No matter how well we got along, he was a stranger, someone from another world. But still, seeing him hurt like this. Astringent medicine was spread on his many wounds, and his body was wrapped in bandages. After cleaning his body and putting on fresh clothing, there was a visitor to the room. Hanbei!
I came to check on Yukimura.
Hanbei sat down next to me and stared intently at Yukimura's sleeping face. How are things going out there?
The enemy is closing in.
Oh, great. Hanbei appeared neither upset nor hurried.
They don't yet show signs of attacking, but it's only a matter of time.
Really, Hanbei and Masamune should be able to handle this by themselves. You don't need Yukimura for that. Only a few days ago, it was said that Nobunaga and Masamune were holding the demons back. We were supposed to have earned a small reprieve, and yet already... No matter how many demons we kill, they just popped up from out of nowhere.
Yes, the guards in the watchtower are to alert us at the first sign of any abnormal movement.
I see. The state of things looked to be once again beginning a slow tumble downhill. Though I'd brought in strangers to try and protect the castle, it might fall yet again. The thought weighed heavily on my heart.
At any rate, with Yukimura down, we are short on men. It appears that it will still be some time before Nobunaga's wounds heal as well. Masamune is doing a good job of leading, but alone the job is too much for him.
Well, you can help him. I know you're ill, but you can still help.
If Yukimura doesn't recover quickly as possible.
There appeared to be a measure of concern in Hanbei's eyes as he looked down at Yukimura. Do you know how he was hurt?
I do. I saw from the castle tower, and I heard from Masamune and Kotaro as well.
Aren't you going to be angry at him for doing something stupid again, like yesterday? Hanbei smiled at me the first smile I'd seen since we had met. It was a wry, bitter smile, but a smile nonetheless. Oh my god, I suck today!
It doesn't appear likely that his temperament is going to change anytime soon. If he won't listen to reprimand, we'll just have to keep it in mind and work around it.
Hanbei left, and the night gradually grew late. I could hear an owl hooting from far off. The vassal on the other side of the screen must have grown tired judging from the recent snoring. Yeah, I don't see why they can't just sleep in the room with us at least. I realized my towel was dry, and after re-wetting it and wiping Yukimura's brow, his lips moved.
Saya.
Yukimura, are you awake? I immediately called out to Yukimura, but he had apparently been talking in his sleep. His lips continued to move, though his eyes remained shut.
Saya.
Huh? Though he hardly stopped teasing and calling me a tanuki, his sleepy tone was now affectionate. Hearing him say my name like that... Hearing him say my name that way endeared him to me more, as if he were in fact my brother. I gently took his hand in mine. Yes, I'm here, Yukimura. Don't say anything inappropriate.
Saya.
Apparently, responding to my voice, Yukimura opened his eyes, seeing me, smiled. It was not the same smile as the one on his face as he jokingly called me a tanuki. It was innocent, like a child's smile, but at the same time so affectionate. My chest felt tight. I'm falling for him. Yukimura squeezed my hand, then croaked out a question.
You're not hurt, are you? Are you sad?
Why would I be hurt? Don't be silly. You're the one that's hurt.
But you looked like you were in pain.
Me? When? Yukimura's lips moved as if in answer, but no sound came from his mouth. Did you just fall back asleep on me? What's that? I couldn't hear you. For a few minutes, Yukimura mumbled, groaning in his sleep. Is he delirious? As I watched him confused, all of a sudden he spoke clearly, now lucid.
But, actually, I was thinking...
Thinking of what?
Glad that you're...
I couldn't hear you. What were you glad about? The strength of Yukimura's grip on my hand grew stronger. He sighed, then beamed a smile full of deep satisfaction.
I'm glad that your engagement fell through. This way, for a while, you can stay my sister. Only mine.
After a quiet groan, Yukimura let out a sigh, this one long and deep.
If only you weren't my sister.
I felt blood rush to my cheeks. If I weren't his sister, if you weren't my brother. If not, then what? And why was he glad that my engagement fell through? His anger at my being slighted by Hanbei had seemed true enough. But at the same time, he had also been happy about it? He had been hoping that the two of us would always be together? Let's see. Try to... don't want to let go of his hand. I had to take my hand away. I knew I did, but I didn't want to let go. I felt awkward and embarrassed, but also happy, even knowing full well that this was my brother. My heart pounded rapidly. My hands shook. Perhaps sensing those small movements, Yukimura's consciousness seemed to begin to grow clearer. After his brow furrowed in distress, suddenly his eyes flew open. What? After staring hard at my face, Yukimura looked away at our hands, and then hurriedly pulled away.
Oh, God. It hurts.
What? Yukimura groaned in pain and tried to sit up. You can't get up. You were badly hurt. He nodded, then began to talk quickly, speaking through the pain.
Did I just say something to you?
I will lie. Flat out lie. No, nothing.
But...
You didn't say anything. You mumbled some things, but nothing clearly. So I don't know what you might have said. I pulled the blanket back up over Yukimura's body. No, go back to sleep. You have to take it easy. Yukimura's gaze searched my face, but when I gave him a smile, he again closed his eyes. He must have been exhausted. I watched as he lost the battle against the encroaching sleep. As I looked at his face, the words from a moment ago echoed unwillingly in my mind.
If only you weren't my sister.
If Yukimura had feelings for me. But since when? Could those be his true feelings? He had false memories implanted in his brain. His memories were those of my real brother, the twin brother I could no longer remember. What if he, my brother, had these feelings for me as a woman? If so, Yukimura's feelings for me weren't really his own. He was only acting on the memories of my real deceased brother. What a mess! I put my hand on the dagger hidden underneath my clothes. Unknown to me, the deed I had done had given even more serious consequences than I had ever imagined. The next time Yukimura opened his eyes was at dawn. His eyes fluttered open, and he stared straight at me. Did I just stare at him, watching him all night long?
Saya, did you not sleep?
Nope. I gently pushed Yukimura's chest back down as he tried to sit up. You still have to stay lying down.
If you're worried about me, don't be. Go to your room and get some rest.
I'll just stay here a little longer.
This isn't good for your health. I'm fine, so go get some...
You're my brother! I interrupted Yukimura's words with my own firm statement.
Huh?
You're my brother. What kind of sister wouldn't do everything she could for her brother? Now go back to sleep a little more. I'll be right here. Yukimura let himself be pushed back onto the floor, but he also looked very weak.
Hey, Saya.
Yes?
Last night, did I say anything?
Yukimura's gaze on me was serious, with the single-mindedness of a child. I couldn't look away. No, nothing at all. I told you already, remember? But we are brother and sister. As your sister, I promise I'll always stay by your side. Except for in battle.
Oh.
After that one short word, Yukimura closed his eyes. And I took a drink right at the end there, for nothing. I could have croaked out the rest of that. Oh well. Alright, next chapter, chapter 4, will be Run to the Hills. Yeah, so hope to see you there, or in some of my other videos, hopefully on my main channel where I read so much better. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.